Greetings, everyone. How are you? I am so joyously, deeply, so thrilled to be with you all for this beautiful mantra workshop. This has been such a long time coming. It is an honor to be with you in the spirit of invocation and what we're truly learning together, which is how to be an embodiment and an energy of prayer and how to attune to forces that are greater than ourselves that will allow us through the chanting, through the practice of chanting these sacred tones and syllables and names, imbue us with these magical, unseen, unspoken forces that in turn raise our vibration so that we remember our cosmic selves and who we truly are, and we remove ourselves from the frequency of the world, which, the world is not bad in itself, but there can be elements of egoism and illusion. And in all of these prayers, there is a universal theme of this ascension consciousness and enlightenment. And though we are not attempting by any means to become more enlightened ourselves, we are, through these practices, raising our vibration, embodying a higher energetic frequency, and really coming home to the place within us that is our soul and our soul self. And there are five different bodies in the Vedic scriptures, which we are going to be taking these mantras from. The Upanishads, and the people who wrote them long, long ago were these ancient rishis or ancient priests that went deep into the forest, that communed with nature, and then brought back from these states of consciousness, these shamanic states of consciousness, if you will, these truths that these syllabic tones exist, that these archetypal forces exist in the world. And we are really literally roping our consciousness. We are mapping our own frequency to those frequencies that are eternal, that exist in the infinite everything, that are out there in the cosmos, that make up the human psyche, as Carl Jung coined, that are in our collective unconsciousness, and that really truly speak to everyone because it's also in our human experience. And so it is my deep honor and my deep privilege and journey to share and transmit not only the frequencies of the mantras, to teach you how to chant them, to encourage you to use mantra and sound healing in your own energetic embodiment practices, and also teach you the meanings of the mantras so that you understand in an English psychological way really what we are attuning ourselves to, these greater forces, and what they speak to, and the truths that resonate in them. Mantra for me, when I studied with Krishna Das in 2012 and 2013. He came to Orlando for like a multiple 3-day workshop, and it was a very intimate setting. And this was right at a big crest of my own journey of ascension and my spiritual awakening. And it was just when I started to sing and hum these chants, it was like I had been singing them for years, for eons, really, truly. And they awoke part of my heart, part of my, my solar plexus, your chakras. You might have emotions come through you. I've had visions of deities, of particularly Neem Karoli Baba and the Guru that Ram Das and Krishna Das are both devoted to. In the tradition of Bhakti Yoga, we have gurus, and in the tradition of Bhakti Yoga, we chant the holy name. And Bhakti literally means devotion. And so as we sing some of these mantras, you're going to feel maybe either qualities of resistance to devotion or true heart-opening devotional energies to the all that is. And so you do not have to believe in any kind of God or particular deity, but I do want you to be open to archetypes as we journey through this course, because archetypal forces like divine masculine, divine feminine, the warrior, the lover, the priestess, all of these forces, the, more magical forces, the joy, these are all these things that are woven through us. These are our human experience, and this is what we sing about. And so in Bhakti, the singing and the chanting and the being in the bhav, which is a transmission of this otherworldly force that we call grace, that comes through us, that enlivens us, that opens our hearts, that brings our awareness to the mystical forces, the all that is, this connection, this juicy oneness, heart-centered consciousness. And yoga literally means to yoke, to connect. So I am connecting myself through devotion, through bhakti, to everything, to my beloved, to the divine. Mystical poetry is the kind of the same, where we're, or Sufism, where we're really this yearning, this longing to be met and connected to the forces that are these archetypal deities, that are God, that is everything, that is nature, that is all of us. And so the rishis and all of these scriptures, they were transmissions from the universe, and then written into tones and hymns, if you will, and paragraphs in poetry. And when we chant them, the holy name, we become one with all of those things. So that's a little bit of an introduction about the philosophy behind this course. I really look forward to these next several weeks of chanting together and learning more about, I know for me too, as we go through this process, it's going to share with me more things, and more will come up. So I'm really looking forward to this journey. And I invite you to just be open and receive and do these practices and see what comes up in you, and really allow this to be an exploration of yourself without any agenda. Just allowing yourself to be in a transmission of these energies and seeing if something stirs in you or gets moved through you. I can almost guarantee that it will. It's really, these are beautiful, beautiful, very pure practices. So, aho. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next video.